Do you know that feeling when winter arrives and you do everything possible to stay warm, yet even moving outside your blankets feels like a sacrifice? Now imagine living in a place where cold isn't just a season, but a constant and extreme condition. For some communities, surviving in temperatures below minus 50 degrees Celsius is an everyday reality. Today, we're going to talk about the tribal peoples who live in the Arctic and how they maintain their ancient traditions despite the hardships. The Nenets, masters of the Siberian tundra. The Nenets are one of the indigenous peoples who have learned to survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth, the Siberian tundra. For centuries, they have herded reindeer and endured freezing temperatures. Their deep knowledge of snow and climate changes allows them to predict natural dangers and find the best migration routes for their herds. As nomads, their shelters, called tuns, are easy to set up and take down, offering protection against the intense cold and cutting winds. However, climate change has directly impacted their survival, making it increasingly difficult to maintain their traditions. The Iñupiat, the people of nature. For the Iñupiat, everything in nature has a soul, from the mountains to the smallest fish. This strong spiritual connection is reflected in their art, dances, and beliefs. Over the centuries, they have developed advanced hunting and fishing techniques, which are essential for survival in the Arctic. However, their language and culture are at risk of extinction due to modernization and external influences. The Aleuts, surviving colonization. The Aleuts inhabit the Aleutian Islands in Alaska and suffered immensely from Russian colonization in the 18th century. The fur trade quickly turned into exploitation, devastating their ecosystem and drastically reducing their population. As if that wasn't enough, during World War II, they were forced into refugee camps by the United States. Despite all these challenges, the Aleuts continue to fight to preserve their culture and identity. The Gwich'in, guardians of the caribou. The Gwich'in have a sacred relationship with caribou. To them, these animals are not just a source of food, but an essential part of their identity and culture. Knowledge about caribou migration has been passed down from generation to generation, ensuring the survival of both species. However, oil exploration in their territories threatens this ancestral connection, and the Gwich'in have become strong activists in the fight for environmental preservation. The Koryak, the battle against cultural extinction. The Koryak live in the far east of Russia, and like the Nenets, rely on reindeer for their survival. However, modern government policies have threatened their culture, leading to the loss of their language and traditions. Forced displacement and political marginalization have made their future as a people uncertain. The Nivk. Between China and Russia, the Nivk are an indigenous people inhabiting Sakhalin Island and the lower Amur River. Traditionally fishermen and hunters, they were deeply affected by Russian colonization and forced collectivization. Today, their culture struggles to survive amid external influence and forced assimilation. The fight for preservation. What do all these peoples have in common? Resilience. Despite the challenges, they continue fighting to keep their traditions alive. Globalization, natural resource exploitation, and climate change pose real threats. But these peoples keep adapting and resisting. And do you think you could survive in such an extreme environment? Leave your comment and let us know what you think about these incredible stories.